2 bedrooms upstairs in the hallway, tear all away the carpet, put it on linoleum. But, you know, he couldn't run up and downstairs, cut it in pieces, cut it. Find us.
We've missed you like that, Mr. Wise.
I mean, upstairs, downstairs, it's in there, it's everywhere.
Yeah. That's life.
I'm still cleaning, moving furniture back and forth.
Unfortunately,
It's a lot of work.
after my presentation, I believe the personnel committee
Well, that'd take
court.
a little bedroom, moved everything in the big bedroom, did that room, then moved everything.
Oh, you're not that long
in the
ago asking you a
bedroom.
question. Remember what that question was? I called you on it.
Yeah, do the stairways.
You found anything out on that or not?
Not since,
Okay.
I got no carpet left, I was in the basement. And then
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Start the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or subtractions?
Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion support, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public time, 3 minutes for each speaker for items not on the agenda. I'm gonna start this one off. We got a FOIA from Susan Huff asking for a board packet for each meeting. We just got this morning. So this is your reply to your FOIA. I am going to, I guess I'm the one taking care of this. I don't know all the FOIA rules, but I'm gonna tell you, when I ran for supervisor, I attended 1 year of meetings before the election. And I asked Barb for a board packet. Oh, was it expensive. She wanted me to pay her $38 a month for a board packet. I said, no thanks, I don't need a board packet. So, all I'm saying is I'm looking at our fee schedule. A township resident gets 4 copies, no charge. And then it's 25 cents a copy after that. So I just gotta do some digging to see. We're talking about electronic, we're not talking about paper.
Well, it depends if she wants paper, then there's the charge.
Okay, we're not even talking about paper, we're talking about electronic. Well, I mean, I get the board packets out late on Thursdays, and the police deliver it to our 2 trustees. And all I can say is we will do our, I mean, if I'm here alone, you're not getting a board packet. I don't know how to scan an email. As long as I have somebody here capable of doing that, we can get you a board packet. Like I say, if it's me alone, sorry, you can't get it until maybe the morning meeting or the day of the meeting or whatever. I don't know how other to answer this.
I'm not the one who gets the board packets together, I know you do it, so I just wanted you to be aware of
Okay.
that.
Shouldn't be an issue. It's just, if there's,
It's on his time.
if there's somebody that can do it for me, because I can't, I don't know how. So, we'll start this January, is that fine?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So we've got to get that email put somewhere so that we have it. All right, anybody else at public time?
Hello, Kelly Nolan. I think you know who I am. The March 27th Board of Commissioners meeting, Peggy Brodsky stated that the main qualifications for the library board are honesty and integrity. Ms. Brodsky has failed the test for those traits. In her effort to build support for her Harmful to Children campaign, Ms. Brodsky has incorrectly paraphrased information from books she discussed. She shared pages from books out of context. She promoted information on her Facebook page that spread lies about how books are selected and shelved in the library. She has challenged books, denying that she is a book banner. And during the genderqueer controversy, she stated the book would give readers wrong ideas. She has bullied and harassed library staff to the point that we lost our excellent children's department head to another library. She publicly stated that she doesn't consider restricting a book to be banning a book, but it doesn't matter what she believes. Courts have ruled that restricting a book from its intended audience is a ban on that book. In this very room, she stated that she would vote to move a children's book out of the children's department, even though that would mean it wouldn't be available to children. She has persistently misled listeners in her quest to see books she doesn't like, restricted, labeled, or moved. The law doesn't give Ms. Brodsky or anyone on the library board the power to declare materials harmful to children, and our library doesn't have materials of that nature on its shelves. Ms. Brodsky also doesn't have the credentials to determine whether or not a book is age appropriate except for her own children. Seems to be a problem with letting parents supervise their own children in the library with them. And the law doesn't give Ms. Brodsky or anyone on the library board the power to declare materials harmful to children. Ms. Brodsky is misleading the public and fails the integrity and honesty check. And I see she isn't here today and has stated she isn't going to come and present her reports, which was one of your complaints about me. And I did provide reports, which Mr. Jarvis did not include in the packets. So I wanted to clear that one up. Thank you very much.
Peggy is not coming to the meeting this morning. I got an email today, and her report's in there. Anybody else?
Good morning. Susan Huff, Metamora. At a time when most children have a cell phone or a tablet in their hands before they can read, Ms. Brodsky, your appointed Lapeer Township Library Board member, continues to bang the drum about the imagined danger of books for older children and young adults falling into the hands of young children. Ms. Brodsky is so determined to sway opinion that she continues to stretch the truth or lie outright. At the last library board meeting, she shared information from the LDL website regarding a book. She implied that this circled section here is all the information about this book that's available on the Lapeer District Library website. However, if you go to that website, there are 5 professional reviews. There are 51 reader comments that she neglected to indicate were there, which also can give readers a lot of information about that book. She's supposed to be supporting the library, not tearing the library down. But what's really troubling to me was her response when someone at the October board meeting, a library board meeting, was explaining Ms. Brodsky's little stunt it was the November meeting, the stunt that occurred here at the October meeting. When the videographer said Peggy had turned to hold her offensive illustration in front of the camera during the meeting, Ms. Brodsky said that was not true. You all saw what she did. It's recorded. That recording is on the internet. It's on YouTube. Yet she was comfortable lying about what she did. We are 10 months without a director, and the board is making decisions and changing policies that shouldn't be touched without the guidance of a professional director. Because of the outrageous things that Peggy and her cohorts continue to say, qualified candidates don't want to work with them. Peggy has, like Kelly said, failed the honesty and the integrity test. I don't believe this is what you want in a board member. I understand this is what we have in a board member until December of 2028, but I truly hope you will come to the library board meetings. I truly hope you will visit our main branch and the other branches and see for yourself what our libraries are like, because they are being badly mischaracterized by our majority board members. Thank you for your time.
Anybody else?
I fully support Peggy on everything she does, everything she says, and I feel that this continued bulliness is not necessary. Stay in your own townships But the reason people don't wanna work at the library is exactly because of it.
Anybody else?
I don't believe she's allowed to address us.
Thank you. Moving on to the agenda. The general correspondence is for review. You see the letter from Mike Vaught that I included. I had a good conversation with him. He was wondering if he needed to come to a board meeting or anything. I said, no, we don't need you at a board meeting unless you want to be there. They're open.
We should cut our price.
Yeah. But I said, I'm having a real problem getting these fire reports. And sometimes I'm going back 2 months to put fire reports in a packet. And he told me that the confusion there was he always has to have the fire reports for the city commissioners for their second meeting of the month. He said, so that's just sort of when we put them together. I said, well, our board meeting is the second Monday of the month. He said, that shouldn't be a problem. The only thing I don't like about the new way of reporting is we're getting all of our individual fire reports emailed to us instead of sent to
So
us.
then you can come.
I mean, that's one of my personal things that I'm not caring for, the new way of doing things. But, the October, Lapeer Township had 6. In November, we had 7. And the one thing I'm gonna still call Mike on is I saw a report of his, he'd done a full report, and then he puts in big letters, no charge. Sorry, counting as a no fire run too? Because that's how they base their contract prices to us, is when they count up their fire runs per month and what they do for the township. So if there's no charge, why you going there? Why even taking the time, expending time to go to this address? So I gotta ask him what that's about.
See, we're only run 11% of their budget, their runs, but we're paying, what, a third at least, or more of their budget?
I don't know if it's 1/3, Bill, but it's up there. It's higher than the amount of runs
Right.
that they service us. I mean, that's been the fight forever. We're paying for every new light bulb, every new roll of toilet paper, every paper towel that goes into that.
Yeah.
And I say all that, never
It's creative.
stating the fact that the city of Lapeer doesn't take care of Lapeer Township just fine. We appreciate the heck out of them.
Creative billing.
Cost allocation, as they call it.
Library reports in there. There was no CCA meeting in November.
So good intent, fire run is, they're just running out there to look and
Yeah, they get out there and find out that there is a legal burn permit,
Yeah, I
everything they're
know.
burning is legal.
Sure.
It seems like a phone call would take care of that. Maybe they try that. Maybe the person doesn't respond, doesn't answer. But
Which I don't like. They issue the burn permit for the whole year,
see, yeah, or look on the computer and see if they get
See.
a permit.
which is,
That's why they run out there.
But I guess when there's a complaint registered with the central dispatch, they can't just.
send the
start
duty
making-
officer
they
out.
just-
Look,
That's what they should do. And maybe that's what the good intent thing is.
I think that's what it is, just go
You
check
won't
them out.
know that answer until you see each individual report.
We're gonna have him come out and explain it to us.
Hey, he's totally said that he would come to a board meeting if asked, so. But I don't wanna make it sound, I don't wanna do too much complaining about the city of Lapeer.
No, I'm not complaining.
They've been a great fire department. Like I said, no CCA in November, we don't have a meeting. And now we can go, well, I'm sorry, GLTA, what you know?
Alright, this is a little bit long, because I think the October meeting was canceled, so it's, they approved, this is from November, They approved the payment for the repair of van number 107 and van 40. They approved the 2026 employee pay raise, COLA, and benefits package. By a vote of 5-2, the board denied an appeal of an excessive FOIA processing fee. Due to not receiving MDOT funds at the regularly scheduled times, which I think was due to the government shutdown, GLTA had an operating deficit in September and October. That deficit should be made up when the November MDOT payment arrives. Phase 1 of repaving the parking lot was completed. Phase 2 will take place in the spring. They shared an example of a customer service satisfaction survey that is available to all riders of their Rides to Wellness program. And they've had good feedback on that. The Rides to Wellness program provided 547 rides in September and 717 rides in October. They're waiting on the results of a grant that they wrote requesting $250,000. If the grant is obtained, the money is going to be used to update the environmentals for the property that is across the street. It's been 9 years since those environmentals have been updated. And I guess that's an expensive process to do. They're hoping to be awarded an additional grant to help fund the expansion of that property across the street for a fueling station, additional parking and office space. They feel, especially due to how the Rides to Wellness program is taking off, that that additional space would be helpful. The NTA Coalition is looking to work together to make bulk purchases to get better pricing. They're also looking to get their software updated through NTA. And as usual, Lapeer residents tend to be like the second or third highest riders for the GLTA program.
Lapeer Township residents?
City is usually, well, city's first, and then it kind of, most of the time Mayfield is higher than us, but sometimes we're second. It's kind of Mayfield and Lapeer Township are usually second and third. We're usually third.
I've seen those buses clear up to North Branch.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah.
Right. Police stats, Dave?
For the month of November, we've had 257 calls for service. 29 were handled by other departments. I thought that was kind of high, so I looked into that. Hard year month, so that took an increase on that. As well as our motor vehicle accidents were up to 25 this month. 11 traffic stops, 15 trouble calls. We assisted other agencies 6 times last month. 187 property checks, that's getting ramped up for the winter months. 30 directed patrols and 82 subdivision checks this month. 5 officers worked for the month of December for total hours of 300, and we did have 35 training hours. Along with Stacy and Neil, attended shooting incident reconstruction, and Neil attended an active shooter class, which was required for the state, and Stacy did the CGIS computer training, which is required annually. And we are up to snuff for 2025 in training hours. So, one other note, I was asked this morning about an officer, and Saturday, I got a text from him. Saturday, he and his wife had a baby girl, so I'll have a couple pictures I'll show you a little later.
Oh, one of our officers.
Yes.
Who's this officer you speak of?
And he and his wife are doing fine.
What was the date on that?
So, like literally this Saturday?
2 days ago, yes.
Oh wow. She was due the 30th, so the 6th.
Oh, we had a contest going.
Yeah.
I had it coming on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Off.
Extra tax deduction.
Right.
All right, well, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Is it simply because the property checks are going up? I just see a little less time spent in the subdivisions, or you know?
Probably, because we're not able to what we were last year levels wise, but you know, we're checking them once, twice a day. We try to make it out there as much as we
Well,
can.
I imagine a lot of these subdivision checks could correspond with property checks too.
There's a couple that do, yeah.
You skip the commissioner's report.
Not yet.
On my minutes, it usually goes before the police,
I'm looking at this agenda. I got
cause
it.
he's gotta go.
I know he does. Are you done?
I'm completed.
Any questions? Thank you. Greg, County Commission report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, board members. At our full board meeting on November 20th, we accepted a number of grants. Our two specialty courts, the mental health court grant, which was $67,522. The drug court grant was $43,732. And of course, the big one is the Michigan Indigent Defense Grant. Since Michigan required us to provide attorneys for basically everybody, but the state is paying the vast majority of it. That one is for $1,240,000. We also approved the township and village contracts with the sheriff's department for those townships who have contract deputies. Of course, in my district, Lapeer Township has its own police department, Metamora has its own police department. Attica does have two contract deputies. We also voted to rebrand Trustee Water Park. It had been branded as Trustee Wetlands, and now it's going to be the Zoo, Z-E-W. Hopefully, it's going to be up for this this coming summer. They had to rebuild.
How many years have been closed?
One full year.
Gonna rebrand the name of the park, you said?
The Zoo, Z-E-W, as a branding. I mean, it's still Trustee Water Park, but the brand is going to be the Zoo. They've got
Okay,
things with animals and all that.
all right.
But it's a Zoo, Z-E-W, like Trustee. We also authorized the county administrator, building grounds director, to sign a best offer for 279 Court Street, which is the old Register of Deeds building. And it's been listed at $150,000, and we're presuming that's what the best offer is gonna be. And then finally, we appointed Ben Cummings to the JELS Region 5 Planning for a 3-year term. And we appointed Chris Van Bell to the Lapeer District Library Board for a 4-year term. Mr. Van Bell is an Oregon Township trustee. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And then I do have to take off because I have a personnel committee meeting at 9 o'clock up in the court building.
Any questions?
You better get going.
Thank you.
No speeding.
Have a good day.
They gotta wait for me.
Yeah.
You got him.
All right, thanks, Rick. All right, the minutes from the November 10th regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to be approved as presented.
Support.
Motion support to approve the November 10th regular board meeting minutes as presented. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report, Nancy?
We are underway with the winter taxes. Everything's going well so far. Still have some summer trickling in, but so far so good. Everything's going well.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Support. Motion and support to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Clerk's report, bills are on the table in front of you. Clerk's report, Sam?
Well, as you can see, we only have 9 bills on here. I'm expecting the rest.
Yeah.
I don't think they go away.
No, I think with the holiday and then the way our meeting was on this month.
And we just got, they just finished Maple Grove Road, so we're gonna get that bill.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
What about at the railroad track?
They just finished.
Okay,
So,
people were
now I
talking
think
about
that
that.
we really need to watch that area. make sure that it holds up okay. They sort of went past the cutoff date for asphalt, I think.
I think it was a week ago Friday that they.
November 15th, the cutoff.
All right, sorry, Sam, I interrupted, but.
No, you're good. So yeah, there's not much on there.
So is that the total of 34,000?
No. I'll make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $52,657.16.
I'll support.
Motion and support, pay the bills in the amount of $52,657.16. Is there any further discussion? Samantha, will you pull the board?
Nancy,
Yes.
Phil,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Sam, yes.
Bills are paid. Anything else you want to report on with the clerk's report? All right, moving to the agenda. We have a special assessment project going on at Wind Lake Road. And we were to the point where we needed the bond. I asked our township attorney to recommend somebody, and he recommended Dixon Wright PLLC. There's just several things that a bonding attorney has to file at the state level, make sure things are being done right. He requested all of our minutes and resolutions that we've currently done for the Wind Lake Road, and he's looked at all that, and then he came up with this letter for us. And I will say that this is the same amount of money paid that we have paid on all of the other special assessment district bonding attorneys. This must be a standard amount.
Inflation.
If the board wants, I will put this out to other places, but this is who our attorney recommended to me, and this is the only one that we have.
And the costs are consistent with prior ones, so.
Yeah. And the sooner we get this going, the sooner we can have the Wind Lake wrapped up and call our last final meeting with them and to review the assessment roll, and we can get on the schedule so we can go first thing as it dries out.
So do you need a motion to accept this proposal here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Support.
We have motion and support to approve Dixon Wright PLLC to perform as our bonding attorney for this project of Wind Lake Road Special Assessment District. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We just have to
Didn't
have an
realize.
appointment with Wind Lake people.
Yeah, we need the final meeting.
Didn't realize there was so much involved.
Yeah, I know it.
The bond, the road, yeah,
Well,
this is,
and,
yeah.
and to just truthfully answer your question, I didn't either. Dawn did it all when she was here before.
Now you know.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm trying to,
You read it, but.
I'm trying to learn, but, we'll get there. We have appointments to make in December. Planning Commission, I would recommend, I didn't bring my paper in here with me, that we reappoint Austin Green and Mike Oyster to new 3-year terms beginning January 1st, 2026, expiring December 31st, 2028.
You making the motion or?
I'm making the recommendation.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the planning commission, I'll make the motion, these guys are both, contributing members.
No support.
Motion is support to approve, Mike Oyster and Austin Green to be reappointed to the planning commission. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries, and those two people can be sworn in at your next meeting. No time limit for them, they just need to be sworn in before the next meeting. Zoning Board of Appeals, it's time for all of them to be reappointed. So that's gonna be Manfred Schmidt, Diana DeLong, Mark Cornelier, and Michael Phelps as the alternate.
Morning.
These folks need to be in within 10 days to be, and we have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay, do you have to reappoint me too?
I'm sorry,
Michael Phelps.
I'm sorry, I said ZBA. There's nobody to appoint on the ZBA. I'm sorry, I meant Board of Review.
I was confused, like, Michael Phelps is not.
Yeah, no, these guys are
I'm gonna say-
review.
No,
I didn't recognize the names.
on the zoning Board of Appeals, we're all good. There's nobody to, this year, nobody expired. Board of Review, those names that I just gave you. Manfred Schmidt, Diana DeLong, Mark Cornelier, and alternate Michael Phelps.
I only recognized one name when it was ZBA there.
And those terms will begin January 1, 2026 and expire December 31st, 2027. It's a 2-year term.
Be 28 though.
Should know all those
You're
names.
getting all of 26, you're getting all of 27, so it's 27.
Yeah.
They always expire on the odd year.
You're right.
No, I got notes right here. I've had this on here for years. Terms begin, start over with the terms. I'm sorry. Their term will begin
January 1 of 26.
This isn't making sense. I'm just making the appointments, what I just said, and if they're invalid, we will cancel those next month. They might be good for one more year, but I don't think so. I thought they all expired. I want the terms left as I just put them. That's my recommendation. Now I entertain motion. Somebody.
I'll make a motion,
okay,
except.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll
Ladies
make a
first.
motion
I'll support.
to reappoint Manfred Schmidt, Diana DeLong, Mark Cornelier, and Michael Phelps as the alternate on the Board of Review, with the term being January 1st, 2026 through December 31st of 2027.
That's correct.
Is there
I'll support that.
motion and support? Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Yeah, the Board of Review, this is what's not making sense to me. So I gotta make sure that this is right or wrong, what I have written down. If this is right, as I have got it, then they should all be good for this next year, but I'm sure I looked and they all were expired. So we'll just go with what we did for now, and we will adjust next month if we have to. All right, number 8 on the agenda is the 2026 poverty exemption resolution for the Board of Review. This is the same poverty exemption that we've been using for several years. We just changed the dates. Our assessor was good with these numbers, and this is the resolution that I present to you. Same one I presented last year, just the dates are changed.
Do we have anybody that's using that?
We haven't had anybody ask for a poverty exemption in 4 or 5 years. The veterans exemptions, but poverty exemptions, we haven't had one in quite a while. I can remember one of my first board reviews. We had a couple come in looking for the poverty exemption. And I had some older, set in their way people on the board. And we don't make decisions in front of the individuals. We tell them we will vote on it, send them a copy of what our decision was. And I remember the one man saying, who do these people think they are to not pay taxes? I said to him, who are we to force those taxes on somebody that clearly meets this definition and put them out of their house? Well, you got a good point.
Yeah.
And so, if somebody meets these qualifications and asks for the exemption, if they meet what's here, it's granted. That's all you can do.
So when do I get to do this?
Never.
Never.
Not in our lifetime. Only one thing, the last sentence under certification on the back page, it says December 24 as the date. Does that need to be changed?
Yeah, that does need to be changed. To December 25.
I'm glad we don't have to have anybody using it.
No, I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. So is there a motion?
So it'll be the 8th day, not the 9th.
So move to accept the Lapeer Township poverty exemption resolution.
So we have motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, the earned sick time policy changes. Samantha.
So when this all came about in February, we went with the front loading method of the 42 hours, just because we're so small, and it's what our auditor had suggested. And me and the police chief have been talking, and we're going to do this 42 hours will still apply to our full-time employee like Chanel, but the police department, as they're part-time, you can front load still based on what you would expect them to work for the year. So it's a little bit more fair for people like the officers who work like way more hours in a month than the other. So that's what we're proposing to change for the 2026 year.
So instead of front loading everybody 42 hours of sick time,
it's more fair for, it's truly what they would earn if we were doing the accrual method. But the front loading method works better for us for audit purposes.
So the only difference I see between current and proposed
Yeah.
is the second paragraph there for part-time.
I pretty
employees?
much took that first bullet point and split it into two.
Okay.
And yeah, because like a few of our officers would only earn around maybe 12 a year.
That's the only thing I noticed that was
Yeah.
different.
So it's just to be fair with what.
Election workers?
Yeah.
Will they
do
ever
they get
qualify?
enough, do they get enough time being
Will they ever
for the
qualify?
election?
I haven't had to test that theory yet. We will do it in 2026. I'm gonna ask at like our next clerk's meeting if for the people who did have elections this year, like if they actually did, but yeah, election workers do count.
Because they're here for the election and then basically re-employed for the next election.
I don't know that they would, because even on, I'm trying to think of like a total of amount of like the presidential we just had, like 28 hours with somebody who was here pretty much. I mean, now with the 9 days of early voting.
Yeah, it changes it. Used to be 1 day now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't know.
It may now with the 9 days of early voting, because a normal election day when we're here from 6 in the morning to, who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Luckily, it's been 10 at night, but there's been times we've been here 2 in the morning, so that's a 18-hour plus day sometimes, so. It just depends on, like, there's one person who usually works, like she would work all 9 days if she could. She was a chair. So like she probably would be one that would, but them using it, I mean, once the election is over, it's,
Yeah, cause if you're,
yeah, it's all just a,
Well, she's here for 9 days, and on the 6th day, something came up, would she be equal?
the only thing I could think of is like, okay, for one election cycle, like we've got August, she may get some, earn some sick time. In November election cycle, maybe she'd be able to use it if she did get sick.
okay, I don't know if they'd have enough time to,
It's gonna be a learning
okay.
experience first time around next year.
We have been trying to get at the MTA meeting. Julie Schlau was supposed to be trying to get somebody to come in and speak on this to the MTA. She hasn't been successful at that unless it was, I haven't seen the minutes, unless it was the last MTA meeting that I was unable to attend. So I don't know if she got that person there or not.
Yeah, I could see it being they may accrue literally 1 hour for a whole year, and then it's if they, yeah. I mean, you have to have it in there because they're entitled to it, but
Okay.
I don't know how it really is gonna affect us.
So Bill, why don't you offer us a motion and see if that suffices what Sam's trying to do, or I guess accepting the proposed changes.
I
That the
want a
words
motion
will
in a
work.
second,
Motion to accept the proposed changes to the Earned Sick Time Act.
I'll support.
Motion support to approve the proposed changes to the Earned Sick Time Act effective
January 1st.
January 1st,
January
2025,
1st,
2026. That's the viewing one, yeah, 25.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor,
So you need to change this on this
Yeah.
one too.
all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're back to public time. For anybody that would like to speak.
Susan Huff, Metamora, and I want to speak for a minute about GLTA, which is a great service, and I'm thankful we have it. But there are some problems at GLTA with transparency. At the end of September, I had the opportunity to look through the website and try to find some information, couldn't find a thing. Minutes stopped in 2016, nothing there after that. Went into the GLT office, asked to see the minutes. If I came in here and asked to see the minutes, there would be a book or a folder that I could look at. That's Open Meetings Act. I was refused. I was told I would have to present a FOIA to see the minutes. So I did that. But I also FOIA'd the townships that have representatives and asked for communications between the executive director and the township representative, so I could try to figure out what was going on and why I couldn't see the minutes. The most interesting thing I saw was that on 3 occasions, 1 in January, 2 in April, the executive director asked her board to approve via email repairs for bus 107, bus 42, and to buy a mobility van. Those should have come into an open meeting, but they approved them via email. If they really needed to be done before the next meeting, 18 hours notice is all it takes for a special meeting. That could have been noticed, the special meeting could have been held, transparency would have been upheld, but that wasn't done. The reason they voted on bus 107's repair and bus 40's repair at the last meeting is because Susan Huff had FOIA'd the record of those votes. So they remedied those votes at that meeting. 11 months later, 6 months later, it's just sloppy. But it's also unacceptable to not be able to see minutes when you walk into a public agency and to be refused. It's unacceptable to go to an open meeting and have to be allowed into the room behind a locked door Open meetings are supposed to be in a place that is generally accessible to the public. I believe some boards that have appointees travel from township to township. So for example, GLTA might meet here 1 month. They might meet at Elba 1 month. They might meet at the city 1 month. If that facility requires a locked door, that's not the place for an open meeting. And to be told that I had to sign in to attend the meeting, again, an Open Meetings Act violation. There are just so many of them. So I am hoping that through this process, the GLTA will bring itself into line with the Open Meetings Act and be more open and transparent to the public. Thank you for listening.
The Open Meetings Act is what it means. The door's open. The door's open. That door can be closed if Janelle would not want it closed, but she's got to go out there and answer the phones. But that door must be open. That's what it is. Anybody else? Reports. EMS bill?
Now we're still working on the budget and union contract. Nothing special going on.
Is this the month? This is your annual meeting month, isn't it?
Right.
December?
We'll have both meetings, one right after the other.
Got officers that are due to be reappointed, or you all
I
good?
don't think so, no. We're all set.
Anything else?
No.
Phil?
Everything's running good?
Good.
No planning commission meeting last month, so nothing to report.
All right, there's some announcements at the bottom of the page. Next board meeting is January 12th at 7 p.m. Planning commission as scheduled is January 19th, 2026. And other big, no further business.